category. Hello students, a very warm welcome to this Electrostatics PYQ series. Hi Ravi, hi everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening. And today it's a PYQ series again, and what are we going to do? We are going to deal with some awesome 2020 JEE Mains problem from today onwards. So yes, it's going to be all about your 2020 JEE Mains problem, where we would be, completing and discussing so many problems around your 2020 JEE Mains questions. But at the same time, do remember that there is always tricks to solve the problem within few minutes, and that is something that we are definitely going to discuss as long as it is possible. And in definitely many cases, if you notice in PYQ series, we have been doing this, and in many cases it is definitely possible. And given that a paper like 2020, you can definitely guess the question within few minutes, like not even within few minutes, like few 30 seconds, something like that. We'll keep noticing, depends upon the question. And a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And yes, let's get into that. And before that, let me introduce myself to you. I am Muralidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IIT who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams, and I have filed 25 technology patent applications in India, US and Canada, and have won several national level science and tech competitions. And guys, actually we do have an amazing team on JEE English. So one of the best teams for your JEE preparation. So what you may want to do is, quickly check out the link below. There is a link for your Telegram channel. Click on that link and get onto our Telegram channel so that you can get updates on the sessions. And I as well keep on posting out what are we going to discuss today, what is the major topic that we are going to discuss throughout this session. And definitely do get onto our Telegram channel, and do not forget to like and share this video, because students are preparing for JEE Mains. It's anyway a free of cost session, and they will get access to this amazing lectures, where we are not only discussing concepts along with the problems, but along with that we are also discussing techniques useful for your JEE Mains, guys. And definitely it's based on concepts. It's not something that we are guessing out of the blue. That is not happening at all. And students, yes, we have something known as Unacademy subscription. What is Unacademy subscription? A complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. What all do you get on Unacademy subscription? You get daily live interactive classes with the best educators across the nation on the best in kind of platform, with live polls and leaderboards. That to think about it, with best educators, you are able to learn on a very interactive and an interesting platform, where your learning journey is going to become fun. So that is the beauty of Unacademy subscription. Not only that, guys, you can assess your positions and you can assess your performance and improve upon it using polls and leaderboards, and also your competitive standing. And we also have test series going on Unacademy subscription, which will definitely give you that extra push for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. And guys, yes, every program on Unacademy subscription platform is a structured program, where you will undergo like an extensive and intensive it's not just classes but a program, students. That's the difference between Unacademy subscription and your typical classes. It's going to be an intensive structured program, where every 4th session is going to be a dedicated doubt clearing session. That way you would not have any doubts and your preparation remains complete. And think about it, a complete preparation on the best in kind of platform with the best educators across the nation is going to be an Unacademy subscription platform. And not only that, students, we have DC Pandey sir, like legends like DC Pandit sir on this platform. And how do you avail Unacademy subscription? All you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar and then choose plus and then choose IIT JEE as your goal and then hit on this get subscription button. And one more beauty of Unacademy subscription is it's one subscription, unlimited access throughout the period. You can access program of both JEE Mains and JEE Advanced just using one subscription. And yes guys, and you can access as many programs as you want on Unacademy subscription right now. So avail the subscription. So it's the beauty of Unacademy subscription. All you need to do is pay one price for unlimited access throughout the period. And students, yes, we do have like two kinds of subscription. One is going to be a plus subscription, the features that we have discussed, all the kind of facilities that you'll be getting on plus subscription, along with many more things, of course, for your JEE preparation. And this, you know, plus subscription, if you go for a 24-month subscription, it's going to cost you only less than 70 rupees a day. You can multiply the 70 with 365 into 2 and check out the pricing. It's less than 70 rupees a day is what you have to pay for it. And we typically recommend this 24-month subscription for students in 9th to 11th class. And guys, yes, if you are a long term or a dropper, we recommend that, or in 12th class, we recommend that you go for a 12-month subscription. Of course, droppers, long-term students and 12th class students, we recommend that you go for a 12-month subscription, which is only going to cost you 2,888 per month, less than 2,900 is what you have to pay for it. And guys, yes, of course, we have something beyond plus subscription known as Iconic subscription. And what do you get on Iconic subscription? On Iconic subscription, you not only get access to the best educators across the nation on the best platform in the form of best programs, but moreover, you can get personal coaching and expert guidelines from IITians and NITians who will be able to guide you through the process of cracking this exam. They'll be able to guide you through this journey. They'll be giving you like personal personal coaching, and definitely it's going to be overall an interesting journey for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, because think about the do's and don'ts and the tips they will be giving you throughout this preparation, guys. And yes, of course, the price is also quite reasonable. It's going to cost you only 58,500 if you go for 1 year subscription as a long term or a dropper students. And if you're in 11th class or 9th class or 10th class, if you're going to go for an Iconic subscription, it's only going to cost you 90,000 rupees. And be sure to apply Murli Live code to get to this price points. These price points are after discounts. And be it any best discounts to unlock new programs, do apply Murli Live code for your best discount. Yes, of course, guys, we will be completing the syllabus very soon. And do remember, this is something that should be there in your mind all the time. Whatever you do, wherever you are, you must think you can, and you will ultimately achieve your success. First of all, you must think you can, and then you have to push yourself towards your dream. Your dream should be to get into those IITs and NITs, so that you can look for brighter future prospects. And not only that, that kind of environment, etc., is totally worth it. So your dream should be alive. First of all, you need to have the dream, you need to have the passion, and the most important thing to push that dream is to work hard and smart. And definitely you will do that if you keep thinking about it. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. And if you believe in yourself, even if no one else believes in you, you can still achieve that success. So start believing in yourself that you can, and you will do it. Okay, let's get into an interesting question, and today it's going to be about 2020 PYQs. But before that, let's deal with a couple of conceptual questions that has been left, and post that we'll be getting into your 2020 questions. Lot of 2020 questions, students. So think about it. There were like around, I guess, 6 papers or 8 papers. Okay, altogether anywhere around 12 papers. Electrostatics, you would have anywhere around 18 to 20 problems and all. Okay. So we'll be discussing those problems. They are like simpler than your previous year questions. So whatever I've noticed is, they are simpler. But let's get into this question. We have anyway started a discussion around this. So this is a simple thing that says, let me quickly read out the statement. Let's finish this question quickly. For a charged particle moving from a point P to Q, the net work done by an electrostatic field on the particle is independent of the path connecting P and Q. And statement 2 says this is because the work done by a conservative force on moving an object along the closed loop is zero. How do we understand this thing? See, we know this thing, this is for a fact, but so you're if at all you already understood this question, your confusion should be whether A is the answer or whether B is the answer. Okay, and if you have attended the last session, you know the answer is going to be okay. And let's understand how is that all true. So let's say you have like a charge at a position P and another position Q. What you're doing is you're moving this charge from this position, this position in multiple paths. One path is this. It's same P, it's the same position, final positions, and as you know, this statement is true, students, isn't it? Irrespective of the path, it's independent of the path, the work done is going to be the same. If I move through path P1, or let's say you have another path, something like this, P2, okay, you keep moving in any direction, but ultimately your final destination and the initial start position was the same. Okay, and let's say you also have a minimalistic path from P to Q is this path P3. Now the question arises, if you know the thing, a work done in a closed loop is zero. So let me do a quick thing. Okay, now you need to observe this carefully. This is how this thing comes up. Why A is true, why B is not the thing. Excuse me, just a minute. Why A is true and why not B? Does the statement 2 reason out this assertion? Work done by a conservative force on the object along the closed loop is zero. Let's do a thing. Let's form a closed loop using path 1 and 3. Okay, so you definitely know this thing, that work done in this path, let's call this as the new path in which you are moving, this closed loop path in which you are moving this entire thing, P1 to P3. Let's call this as P4. Work done through P4 is 0. Work done in the path P4 is 0 because initial position is equal to final position, because it's basically Q delta V and it's the same charge, some Q that has been moved through all this thing. And just focus, you'll understand it. It's basically Q of P minus of Vp minus of Vp. Potential of P, final position is P, initial position is also P, so this should be 0. Now can we do something like this? We can for sure say this. Just observe this point. Work done in the path, closed loop path P4. Okay, I'm just drawing a loop like this, just for your understanding. Okay, is equal to. Okay, we are going this way. Up until here, we are almost following path P1. We are following path P1. It's just I've drawn it in the separate way. It's basically work done in path P1, and then what is this? P3, right? Work done in path P3. This thing that we are right now highlighting is path P3. Okay, but you are moving in the reverse direction of P3. So your work done in part P4 can be divided into two parts. One part is this, second part is negative of work done in P3. So let's say instead of moving from P to Q, you are moving from Q to P. Work done in moving from P to Q is negative of work done in moving from Q to P. Okay, hence we can say work done in path P4 is two things. One, work done in path P1 minus that of work done in path P3, which is equal to 0. Equal to 0. Right? This is 0. So doesn't it justify it? Yes, it justifies it. Work done is independent of this because this statement, work done in by a conservative force moving along closed loop is 0, is true. That is why we are getting that work done on path 1 is equal to work done on path 3 is equal to work done by the system or by the external force on path 2 as well. Clear? I believe this should have been clear. Okay, this is true. That is why we are able to write it down this way. And we know this is work. We are just adding the work done in two parts. Okay, two scalar quantities. Because scalar quantity can be negative, work done can be negative. Hence, we are getting this. If this is true, forget everything for now. Forget everything. Okay, it's simple. Many of you have already understood it. If this is true, that means work done in path 1 is equal to work done in path 2 or path 3 in this case. Easy? That's it. Easy. Reverse direction, right? This is all because of closed loop. So statement 1 is rather correct, not just B. Okay. It has reasoned it. It has proper reasoning. Okay, that is it. So statement B is not correct. Easy. Little conceptual. Now let's get into the next question. Okay, a charge Q is placed at the center at each opposite corners of a square, and charge small q is placed at each other charge corners of the square. If net electrostatic force on capital Q is 0, then Q by Q equals to how much? Okay, now comes my first question. Imagine two Qs on opposite corners and two small Qs on opposite corners. Try to imagine that. So let's say these Qs are like charges. Before we dive into the question, let me give you a gist of this question. How do you at least not you can eliminate few options directly. That's what I'm going to talk about. So what I'm just giving a color, guys, but this does not mean anything. Just try to understand the perspective. So what I'm going to say is this is like capital Q. Okay, these are like the four corners of a square. This is not representing any like or unlike charges. We need to first of all validate whether it's going to be like charges or unlike charges. Okay, if it's possible at all, if they are like charges, that's my question. Okay, anyway, Q and Q are like charges, so they would repel. Simply they would repel. There is no doubt on that. If at all net force on this Q or on this Q should be 0, when is it possible? It's only possible. It is only possible if due to this Q and this Q you have a force in this direction, and it's a square. It's a square. That means one Q should be pulling it this way, other Q should be pulling it this way. I mean, like the small Q. So they should be like or unlike charges. First conclusion that you need to make the moment you see the question. They should be unlike charges, because one is anyway like charges are going to repel, it's getting pushed away from it. But Q and Q, if these two had been a pair of unlike charges, that is when it is possible at all that net electrostatic force on capital Q is going to be 0. So answer A is not true. Next thing, I think rest you have to calculate, but there is one more way of thinking about it. According to me, there is a way of thinking about it. So there are two these things. There's a square, so it's basically okay, let's think about it this way. Let me just get on to the next page. Okay, I hope up until now everything is clear. It should be pair of unlike charges. Hi Sayed, good to know you're a mechanical engineer. Yep. Now think about it. Let's get into the next thing. Just focus what I'm going to say. I've just drawn this for you before itself. Small q, capital Q, capital. Now what I'm trying to state over here is, before deriving the answer, how do you answer it from the question itself? You know, this is a repulsive force. How much is this distance? This is some root 2a. And what about this distance? A and A. Hi Syed, hi Ravi, hi everyone. And this is also A. You already know these are like, we have different colors for them. They are like unlike charges. And one force F due to this Q, just take it as F. Okay. And this also has F. Just the magnitude is going to be in this direction. What is this going to be? F of root 2. Little conceptual, this is little mathematically intensive to find out the answer, so focus. This is F root 2, due to which the blue one's on the red one, on one red one. And this distance is how much? Root 2a. And this distance is how much? A. Just focus. Now, if the distance is root 2a, what is going to happen? Hi Rohit, hi, good evening Rohit. If the distance is root 2a and this distance is a and a, it's ultimately going to get multiplied by root 2. There is some kind of, relation in terms of, like it should be something like, distances, some everything, it should be 2 root 2 something, or 2 root 2. Is that correct? Yes, it should be 2 root 2 something. Yep. And among that, where do we have 2 root 2? It's basically option C. Option C is not possible though. Just a moment. Okay. Just a moment, guys. I mean 1 by 2 root 2, right? Because this charge magnitude should be less. Okay. I think one of the options have been missed out, or probably something like that. Just give me a moment. It's QQ. PQ should be what? Q by 2 root 2, right? 2 root 2 should be that. Okay. I think Q by 2 root 2 should be the answer. It's not 2 minus 2 root 2. It should be 1. This option should have been 1 by 2. What I meant to say was, even 1 is not possible. They cannot be of equal magnitude. Okay. They cannot be of equal magnitude. Forget the options, just focus now on the question. We'll do it step by step as well. Doing it step by step is not at all a big deal. You just add up both the you add up both of them and you say its net is 0. That's it. Or you equate both of them and you say net is 0. But what I'm trying to say is these charges are at a nearer distance and they are ultimately getting multiplied with a root 2 because it's 90 degrees. Okay, these charges are nearer than this capital Q, and due to the forces between the charges, they are getting multiplied by root 2. Okay, and the distance is also less, which means the denominator is also going to be small. The only way that it is going to be equating this forces, magnitude of Q is less than that of magnitude of capital Q. Just a small concept if you understood it. Okay, that's why I found out that the answer didn't exist in the question, and I was immediately like, okay, probably the answer does not exist because it's not definitely 1. Okay, it's simple. Once we do the math, you'll understand this. Okay, what I'm saying, let me repeat it again. These are the tricks that you need to know, students, to solve the question quickly. The distance between small q and capital Q is how much? A. And between capital Q and capital Q, the red one is how much? Root 2a. Which is greater? Root 2a is greater. If root 2a is greater, what is happening to 1 by r square over there? It's becoming greater than that of a, definitely. And these forces are getting multiplied by a root 2. On the numerator, here it is 2 on the denominator. That means which one should be having greater magnitude? Capital Q. If at all this was like 1 by 2 root 2, B should have been the answer. It cannot be minus 2. Okay, let's solve the same thing and understand this thing as well. It's pretty simple. It's very easy if you do it even mathematically. Okay, so I believe you understood how to deduce the answer from the given question itself, and definitely in 2020 questions, students, you'll notice many such things. Literally within few seconds you will be able to answer it. Trust me, within few seconds you will be able to answer it. I'm going to take this course as something like f dash. What is f dash? I'm not drawing the line along them. It's basically f dash. It's basically square. So all the sides are a and a and a, and this is going to be along diagonal. The force is going to be along the line joining it. Okay, along the line joining them. Okay, I hope you have understood the earlier trick. If not, later on, once this session is completed, you can rewind and have a look at it. Definitely try to understand such things. They are a little mathematical, okay, to be honest. What is the value of f dash? F dash is going to be, hi Syed, hi Syed, hi, hello, good evening. What is f dash? It's going to be KQQ. So it's basically KQ square. It's basically between this Q and this Q that we are discussing right now. KQ square along the diagonal direction divided by root 2a whole square, which is nothing but 2a square. Root 2a whole square, which is nothing but kq square by 2a square. This is what f dash. Easy, isn't it easy, guys? It's super simple. It's literally super simple. Next. One more thing, students, if you didn't understand the trick, this thing should be clear in your mind that this should have been unlike charges. We already understood that in the beginning. And then, okay, definitely your one option was, just positive, just to confuse you and to make you trip around that 1 and 1. Moment you identify it's unlike charges, what you're going to do, you will be probably thinking that, okay, I should be substituting the value. That's not how you go about it. Okay. I mean, like, if that was like if that is not like +1, it should be -1. No, don't get confused on the point. That works actually sometimes, but not in this case. That honestly, I wouldn't say that does not work. Sometimes that works, but you need to verify it, cross verify it many times. Okay, so we are going to call just the magnitude as f and f, and the net is going to be f double dash. We are going to label this one, the net due to this, as f double dash. The red color is due to the blue one. Okay, f double dash value is root 2f, same direction, but I'm like same line, opposite direction, because it's a square. You can do under root I cap j cap, not at all necessary, trust me. Those are just you're just wasting time in those. So f's magnitude is how much? K into q into capital Q divided by distance between them is how much? A square. And that way f double dash is going to be how much? F and f at 90 degrees. So root 2. Okay, students, you understood root 2f. I know, it's an easy question, but it could have been even more easier if you understood that mathematical thing. Okay, it's a simple concept. Okay, it's basically a concept only, like trying to understand to reduce the answer. Okay, negative is something that you know. This is definitely in the negative direction. F double dash and f dash are in the negative direction. Okay, we can say something like this. Okay, note it down. I hope you have understood this. These are the only things that we are going to deal with. One is going to be your f dash and your f double dash. Okay, let's move on. What I'm going to say is this f dash and f double dash, which is due to small q's. F dash is due to large q on the capital Q on the capital Q. Okay, of course large Q this time. We can say f dash. Okay, going step by step, f dash plus f double dash is equal to 0. This is another way of saying, okay, not moving conceptually. And this means, this also says that even from the diagram you can understand that f double dash is minus of f dash, or f dash is minus of f double dash. Okay, from the earlier equation you can say something like this, k into q square. Okay, I'm basically writing down this thing. Let me do a thing. Write down on the right hand side itself. So k f dash, okay, you're talking about f dash, k into q square by 2a, since the distance was 2a square, since the distance was root 2a square, minus of k into, minus k because it's in the opposite direction, f double dash is in the opposite direction, q into q into root 2, right? Into root 2 divided by a square into root 2. Okay, don't forget the root 2 part. Easy, simple. Okay, it could have been also a two-liner problem. Don't go by all the things of writing down I cap, j cap. Absolutely not at all necessary. So what should your q be? Small q should have been minus of capital Q divided by 2 root 2. But I think I have done one of the common mistakes that you students do at exam. What is that common mistakes? What is the common mistake? Misreading the question. Okay, this is of course the answer. What have I misread? They've asked us the ratio of, I think, capital Q by small q. Don't do this mistake. So I think the options are fine. Answer should have been C. But anyway, capital Q should be greater than that of small q. Hence, answer should be C. So if you take Q by Q, the answer is going to be capital Q by Q, it's going to be minus 2 root 2. I understood it at the end that the options were not wrong, but it's us who misread the question. This mistake often happens. You want to correct it, I've just noticed this mistake of mine, but often happens. Okay, let's get into some amazing 2020 PYQs. But these are the ways, students, just try to understand this, that these are the ways you can simply calculate it and guess the answer. That's it. That's all you need to know. Unlike charges, magnitude of capital Q should be greater than that of small q. Simply in 2 steps, 2 small ways of thinking, you can guess the answer within few seconds. And the next question, take a moment. I'm not even going to read the question. If anyone is, I think you guys are watching the video, just start commenting it even on the recorded videos. The moment you notice this, what should be the answer? Let me tell you, you can guess the answer within few seconds. All it will take is few seconds. Try to have a look at it. Trust me, it's only a problem of few seconds. Just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Not once, twice, thrice. We can derive the solution step by step, but this is a PYQ session. We are absolutely not going to do all the time step by step. In your exam, definitely no, guys. Maybe students, now, yes, we will be doing the concept as well. You need to understand it because can be a JEE advanced question where things are being changed a little bit. Maybe you need to substitute the value. Once one kind of question has appeared, there are high chances that you will be seeing that question in multiple competitive exams. But from this option, what should be the answer? Guys, focus and focus. Answer. I'm not calculated. I don't know what is the answer. I'm not calculated. Answer is A. And we'll definitely be getting A at the end. How did I say that? Every option except for, okay, I am sorry, not A but D. My mistake. Let me correct it. Really sorry. Answer should be D. Not A. Every other option is dimensionally incorrect. Okay, that's why I cancelled the A2, right? Every other option is dimensionally incorrect. Something I've noticed throughout the paper. If you remember, there was an assertion reasoning question which we could have answered using dimensional consistency. Okay, I think that was like a 2017 or 2016 JEE Mains question. There was, 3 to 4 questions in your electrostatics ranging from 2012 to 18 where you could have answered it just using that. But don't think this is the standard mantra. You need to understand this concept that first of all, you need to understand it's not going to be 0. Next thing, rest of the options are dimensionally inconsistent. Okay, first of all, it's not 0. Okay, many of you know this. Same kind of charge Q, that too is uniformly distributed. A charge Q is uniformly distributed over 2 concentric hollow spheres of radius r and r such that capital R is greater than that of small r, such that the surface charge densities are equal. Okay, the potential at the common center, concentric, it cannot be 0. Why this is dimensionally incorrect? Anyone, why this is dimensionally incorrect? Now, notice this thing. Even though this may be a tempting option, this is also dimensionally inconsistent. Epsilon naught has dimensions or no? Yes. So your dimension of potential should be something like this. Okay, 4 pi has no dimensions. So at least should have been something like this. q divided by some length. Okay, I'm just keeping this length for now, into some 1 by epsilon. I'm not going to calculate the dimensions of epsilon naught. Definitely I'm not going to calculate the dimensions. So B is wrong, A is of course wrong. It's basically q into r by epsilon naught or q into l by epsilon naught. 0 is not correct. You know that conceptually. We'll go through that. It's the surface potential that will be appearing at the common center. Answer can only be D. Simple. Else it's like, you know, at least 4-step calculation to get to this answer. But within few seconds, you can say it is D. Dimensional consistency is a concept and it is real, and you can apply that in your JEE Mains. Not to just solve units, dimensions and measurements based problems, but also non-units, dimensions and measurements. Let's get into the question. It's a simple question. Okay, definitely you should be understanding this question. Okay, what we did is dimensional consistency based analysis, that's all. Okay, so something like this is told to you. There is some charge Q. Let's understand the concept. It has been distributed on 2 shells. One a larger shell and other a smaller shell. The green one is the larger shell in this case. It has radius capital R, and the small shell has radius small r. Okay. It has been distributed such that both of them have sigma sigma. Sigma is what? Surface charge density. Okay. So, okay, they must be having uniform surface charge density. Oh, we know that thing. Same surface charge density. We know that thing. Okay. Now, can we say something like this? This is a shell. So all the charges, anyway, it's a metallic shell, I guess, isn't it? Nothing such has been told to you. But anyway, it's a shell. So we know whatever is the, you know, potential on surface 1 and surface 2, you have to add that at the common center. One thing that you know. But first of all, what is the charge on each shell? That is something that we need to find out before doing this. If you don't know this, I'll come to this point. But what is the charge on each shell, we need to find out. But we know something. We didn't get any extra charge. Only Q was distributed on this surface area. Right? What is the surface area of the small shell? It's 4 pi small r square. And what is the surface area of the large shell? 4 pi capital R square. So this should be how much? So what I'm saying is, charge on the first shell is nothing but sigma into, that is the small one, is 4 pi small r square, and plus that of charge on the green color one, the large shell, is sigma into 4 pi r square, because uniform surface charge density. Why am I adding this? Because I'm going to say the Q has been distributed in such a form that they can have uniform charge density. One more thing. Before we move on to calculate the value of sigma, we need to calculate the value of sigma. What is this? This is Q1. If this is that, you know, shell 1, sphere 1, and this is shell 2. And what is this? This is Q2. This two things should be clear. Because VS1, VS2, it's going to be adding both of them. Now, sigma is what? Take sigma out as common in both. You'll get sigma to be. Okay, let's do that calculation directly. Sigma, radius r, small r, radius capital R. Okay, anyway, if you don't, You need not think again. I'm just going to write down the value. What I'm doing is I'm just saying this Q has been distributed uniformly. So this should be surface area of 1 plus that of surface area of 2, which is going to be 4 pi r square plus that of 4 pi capital R square. Okay, but anyway, you could have guessed the answer within few seconds. That's a different thing. Now you can also guess the answer this way. Okay, nothing. I've just taken out sigma as common. Okay, think about the same thing where sigma is taken out as common. You'll basically have this term and this term. Right? Simple. Anyway. Next comes potential. What did I say? Your potential Vs1 on the surface, Vs2 on the surface, you're going to add them. And they of course have different charges. Q1, this Q2, you know the value of Q1 and Q2. Let's move on. Simple. Q1, Q2, okay. And we know at the center it's Vs1 plus Vs2. Let's not write it down now. My question is, what is Vs1? What is Vs2? Vs1, surface potential. Okay, one more way, if students, we are totally new to this concept, why the surface potential of the shell is the same as the potential at the center? Because no electric fields exist. Electric fields can only flow if there exists a potential difference. Since there is no potential difference, there is no, this thing, potential difference, okay, between the surface and the center. But anyway, there are two shells, so you should be making sure at the center it has such a potential that once you have entered the shell, no electric field flows. That is only possible when it is Vs1 plus Vs2. What is the surface potential of the first shell? It's actually basically Vs1 plus Vs2, but just to show you that thing. So students, okay, one more thing, conceptually just speaking, what is the surface potential on shell 1? If I had asked you a question like this, let me clarify this thing before we dive into this. Okay, if I'm just talking about surface 1, if let's say there was a question, this question was there in your JEE Advanced. Okay, surface 1 is given to you. What is the potential on surface 1? On surface 1, the potential is going to be, it's also Vs1 plus Vs2, right? Anywhere inside this place, it's basically Vs1. As soon as you enter this shell, it's going to be Vs1 plus Vs2. Okay. Anyway, I'm just talking about potential due to shell 1 at the center and on its surface. How much it is? K into Q1 by smaller or capital R? Smaller. Don't need a confusion around. Okay. Actually, okay. And then Vs2 is how much? Vs2 is going to be K into Q2 divided by capital R. Substitute the value of Q1 and Q2. What was Q1? Sigma into 4 pi R square, small r square. Okay, sigma into, I'm just taking out the K over here, 4 pi small r square. If you remember this, else it's basically surface charge density multiplied by the area, surface area R. And the second one, Vs2, is going to be how much? K into sigma into 4 pi capital R square divided by R. That is it. Simply, that is it. So, value of Vs1 is K into, I told you it's at least 4 steps to understand how to go about this problem. But anyway, and Vs2 is going to be K into sigma into capital R. You need to add them both. Okay, Next thing, we are just going to do that math. Center, what is the potential? Vs1 plus of Vs2, which is nothing but, I'm just taking out 4 pi sigma as common. Both of them have k into 4 pi sigma as common, k into 4 pi sigma as common. Into that of what plus what? Small r plus of capital R. Small r plus that of capital R. So how much would you get this? Again, we need to simplify this. What was the value of sigma? If you remember, sigma was how much? Sigma was q divided by surface area of 1 plus that of surface area of 2. Basically, sigma into surface area 1 plus sigma into surface area 2 is equal to q. That's how you got it. Q divided by surface area of 1. Taking out 4 pi common. Same answer. Little long. Taking, and we also have k, of course. Don't forget k. So dimensional consistency is very important. That means what is the potential at the center, guys? The center is going to be k into q divided by r square plus r square into r plus of. This is going to be how much? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, or q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, just expanding the expression, that's it. R square plus. Easy question, guys, easy question, simple question. Same answer you will see. Okay, same answer that we deduced within few seconds. We've done it all using step by step. But given this kind of option, this is the way to go. But if not, this is the way to go. Okay, you need to also understand the concept. Let me take you to the concept again. What did I do? Given to us same surface charge density. Okay, I multiplied the surface charge density with surface area. Let me do a thing. Just give me a second. I call this as sphere 1 and this as sphere 2. If you didn't understand it before, you can again focus on this. Okay, what have I done? Same surface charge density. I have set sigma into small 4 pi r square. Sorry, 4 pi small r square is what? Surface area of that small shell, and sigma into surface area of that larger shell with 4 pi capital R square is equal to that of q. Okay, because basically I'm adding the charges on both. Sigma is the same. Sigma into surface area gives me the q1, and sigma into the surface area of the second shell gives me q2 is equal to q. Simply, sigma is equal to how much? From the earlier expression we got something like this, where in future what did we do? We took out this 4 pi to be common. Okay. Okay, then what did we say? We said that if any point on the shell and inside the shell, what is going to happen? The potential is going to be as the potential added on the surface 1 plus that of the surface 2 due to individual shells. And what is the potential on surface 1? kq1 by r. That is going to be k into sigma into 4 pi r square, which is nothing but q1. This is the value of q1 that we got. R and r gets cancelled. This will come out to be something like k into sigma into 4 pi r. Similarly, for surface 2, it's k into q2 by r. So it's going to be k into sigma into 4 pi r square divided by capital R. And one more thing, remember guys, anywhere inside this place it's going to be vs1 plus vs2, and anywhere outside this place it's going to be vs1 plus of vs2. But due to shell 2 here, the potential will keep changing. Due to shell 2, it will finally be like a point charge q1 concentrated at the center, and you need to find it. That is one of the things. Anyway, in the shell 1 it should be 0 because there exists no potential. Okay, and of course what did we do? We added Vs1, potential due to sphere 1, potential due to sphere 2. That's it. And then said that is the potential at the center. It's not potential on the surface 1, surface 2. It's potential due to sphere 1 and sphere 2 on the surfaces. Simple as that. End of this story. Now let's get into a very, very interesting question now. Again, 2020 JEE Mains question. Let me tell you again, guys, you can guess this question just from the given options. Two charge thin infinite plane sheets of uniform surface charge density sigma plus and sigma minus, where sigma plus is greater than that of sigma minus, where sigma plus is greater than that is where your hint lies. That's why I'm highlighting it again and again. Sigma plus is greater than that of sigma minus, intersect at a right angle, basically plates like they are something like that. And many times students who are just newcomers, you will feel that what is the sigma plus written over here, sigma minus over written over here. Basically it is saying that along the y-axis sigma minus has been kept, which has less magnitude of surface charge density. Less magnitude of surface charge density means less magnitude of electric field. Okay. Next, and they intersect at right angle, and as you understood, this is sigma plus on the x-axis. Now the question is, among this, which has to be the right answer? Try to just guess from the given option. That is where the beauty of the question lies. Think about two vectors. They are perpendicular to each other, of course, and these vectors. So just for students who are trying to intuit from the options, but everyone should be able to at least intuit this solution from the option. One vector directed outwards. Which vector is this? Just taking one of the things, it may not be the right answer, and in fact this is not the right answer. Okay, one vector directed outwards and one vector directed inwards. Why? This is negative surface charge density, this is positive surface charge. And which magnitude is greater? Magnitude of electric field plus is greater. Plus is greater. So think about it. If you're going to do the vector addition, okay, let me do a thing. Let's draw, like according to your vector laws or your vector representation thing, just to understand this solution from like from the question or the given options. Okay, this is supposed to be done from the given options. It's not supposed to be like a thing which you are going to do from the question. Just a moment, guys. Okay, what I'm trying to represent over here is, let's take it to be something like this. This is due to negative, electric field due to negative, and this is due to positive. You need to move this up or move this down, whichever way you like. This is due to positive. Which way the vector would be? First of all, it is not going to be circle, right? It's definitely not circle. It's definitely not circle. Okay, so you can directly eliminate option A and B. You move around any of this point at some place, as you move towards plus's influence should be more. As you move towards negative's influence should be more. But it's not circular. Okay, it's not circular. It's supposed to be something like this. Net is supposed to be something like this. Okay, Just a moment, students. Something is missing out in video. I'm just resetting it. Okay. Now next question arises. If this is supposed to be something like this, you need to think about this angles. Okay, if both the fields were equal, right, it would have been a square like this. I think this is something like a square, but you know it's not a square. You know it's not a square. And whose field magnitude should be greater? Plus's field magnitude should be greater. And minus's magnitude should be less. I'll give you a perfect understanding of the question, but this is what you have to understand. This is like a square. This is not correct. It's not circular fields. This is wrong. The fields are not rotating like this. They have a definite direction. Simple as that. That is it. Okay. Now let's understand the question from, first of all, from conceptual perspective. So I know, this is like a question which you need to definitely, it's an interesting question. It's definitely interesting. Just focus on the question. Now definitely focus on the drawing. What is this? This is sigma positive, and you have been given a condition. What is the condition? This is the condition. Magnitude of sigma positive is greater than that of magnitude of and this is negative. Okay, you can imagine it to be just, but this at all is not necessary, guys. Okay, you can take it in 2D. Ultimately, your graph is supposed to be in 2D. Why did I do this immediately? First of all, we are supposed to write this. This is sigma negative. So this is basically negative charge. Negative charges on it. Field is going to be in which direction? In this direction. Okay, this is going to be in this direction. What is the magnitude of field? Sigma negative by, this is not negative, minus negative. This is basically sigma negative, which will be ultimately be negative, so you'll be getting it in this direction, divided by 2 epsilon naught. This is the field in this direction. And then we have another field which is due to sigma positive. Away from it, towards is going to be negative, away from it is going to be positive. What is the magnitude? It's going to be sigma plus of 2 epsilon naught. And which is the x-axis? X-axis is this, and y-axis. Okay, one of the smallest, easiest possible way of understanding is on this plate, on this, let's say it's little bit thick conductor plate, then just around this plate there cannot be any field due to the negative one. It will be all due to the positive one, which has to be of the greater magnitude. I'm just choosing a point. And on this side, which is all due to negative plate, it should be something like that. Direction should be something like this. Where did I get the direction from? That's it. That's it. Don't need to understand anything else. Simple as it is. Simple that way, this is little bit, you need to do the math, you need to do the calculation, and you need to also understand if you have any confusion, you need to also do this thing. It has to be like this on this side. Whereas circular fields are showing it's all in one direction, which is not possible. Okay, if you remember the circular field, what was it doing? It's all showing in one direction. It's also showing in different direction. Anyway, it's a straight line field. Okay, simple as that. Really simple as that. Again, you can draw the field over here, as you go towards them. That's it. You're just drawing the field. Simple. Right? Do one more thing. If you have any confusion around them, here you go. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is what your question says. You can see many such questions, but this is definitely one of the unique questions, guys. This is definitely a unique question. If you get the answer, you get it within few seconds, or you don't get it for even like, because this you need to ultimately look at the sigma positive, sigma negative. Students who are more used to numerical kind of questions, they are not thinking of. Okay, that is the reason you want to deal with some graph based questions, and that makes your preparation really good. And electrostats, lot of graph based. You'll see hell lot of graph based. Simple. Okay, ultimately this should be the answer. If you look at it, it will be like this. Try to imagine it in 3D. Push it on a plane of paper. How it will look. At least this is the nearest possible. Resultant should be like this, a straight line. It's not a curved line. Because infinitely long sheet, we assume that it's all straight line. Okay, I believe you understood. Curved line. Okay, let me do it. So, if there any confusion around this point, why it's all straight line, it's all straight line, not curved line. So, two or at least you need changing fields around them. They are not changing fields. We say that it's all constant. This is okay. Simple, really simple question. Little bit definitely little bit I wouldn't say conceptual, but tricky. Do a thing. Why don't you try out this question? Okay, and then definitely we'll take up this question. There is also a shortcut around this question. Trust me, definitely there is a shortcut around this question. This is also 2020 mains paper. Concentric metallic hollow spheres of radius r and 4r hold charges q1 and q2. Given that the surface charge density of the concentric spheres are equal again, but different charges q1 and q2, the potential difference Vr minus V4R is going to be how much? Here is the end. Here is the end. You don't need to even think about your larger sphere. If you have understood, we need to do a detailed discussion on this. But the shortest trick to understand this is, while you are doing this, potential due to the large sphere does not matter, because once you are calculating on the surface of the large sphere, which is going to be like potential due to small sphere and potential due to large sphere, where that small sphere will act like a point charge. And then the other cases where you are trying to calculate the potential on the small sphere, which is going to be the potential due to the charges on the small sphere and potentials due to the charges on the large sphere. And when you are going to subtract them, what is the common thing that is going to be eliminated? Potential due to the charges on the surface of the larger sphere. So basically it's finding out potential due to the charges on the small sphere and on its surface and at a distance 4r. Basically kq2 by r minus of kq2 by 4r. It should be 3kq2 by 4r. Okay, q1 on the small one. Okay, it's basically 3k q1 by 4. What is k? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So it should be 3q1 by 16 pi epsilon naught r. 16 is the key. What is the key? 16 is the key. Okay, there might be another one such situation. I'll discuss that situation definitely in the next class, but do remember that this is a question given. Okay, this is an easier form of the question where the answer was given in terms of q1, but your answer could also be in terms of q2. That time what you need to do, you need to work it out. But even in the case, right, if it's given in terms of q1, on the denominator you should be having a factor like 17, which does not exist, so don't worry about it. You can calculate why that 17 comes. Let me repeat this again. Before we conclude this session, I'll repeat this again. See, q1 is given on the smaller sphere, q2 is given on the larger sphere. The charges q2 are not going to impact our potential calculation, because once we are calculating inside the sphere on the surface of the small sphere, and again what we are doing, we are calculating the potential on the surface of the large sphere. In both cases, the potential due to q2 is not affecting the calculation. Then all you have to calculate is that q1 once on the surface, once at a distance 4r. So it's basically 3k q1 by 4r is the answer. How did we get this? Basically k q1 by r minus of q2. I don't know why am I writing it as q1 again and again. q2. Okay, q1. Really sorry. Really sorry, guys. It's q1. Okay, it's basically k q1 by r, and this is going to be k q1 by 4r. There you go. 3, 16. There is 3 in almost 3 options. Okay, but anyway, it could be a multiple correct answer sometimes. In that case, definitely if it's JEE Advanced, if it's multiple correct, try to find the solution as well as in q1, guys. JEE Mains question, if it's JEE Advanced question, if necessary, find out the answer in terms of also. But this is a typical question. JEE Mains, JEE Advanced. There were questions in JEE Advanced based on same concept. Let's do this thing again. You will find it very interesting in the next session. But yeah, we have many interesting questions. Okay, this is definitely one of the most interesting. We'll come to that part. It's all 2020 questions. 2020 questions were like super conceptual, definitely super conceptual when it comes to electrostatics. Definitely worth attending. Okay. All right. And students, yes, one important information and important announcement. This Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. we will be having the part 3 of the vectors, where we'll be discussing some really amazing math-based problems, and also definitely getting started with physics-based problems where you have vector application, guys. And this is going to be on this Sunday plus Monday. So this session is going to happen 2 days, Sunday and Monday. At what time? From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So yes, do definitely attend it to know more about vectors. If you don't even understand vectors, you can start attending it. But definitely you may want to complete the first 2 sessions as well, even if you're well prepared with vectors, because we have discussed cardinal point based problems, some really interesting problems that gives you also the practical feel of vectors, how they are being applied in our technology, like mobile phone applications, games, and also like astronomical level sciences, molecular level science. Okay, there are many applications of vectors, like you can't even list them. And if you attend those 2 sessions, right, you will understand really the interesting part of vectors, how they are applied in real life and how they were used in the past. That is like cardinal point based problems, which also comes in your exams. So So do attend those two sessions, and part 3 and part 4 will be happening on Monday and Sunday. Definitely do not miss them out. This is something that you for sure want to attend, so that you are well prepared with vectors. We'll discuss, riverboat based problems, some relative motion based problems using vectors. Using vectors, they are simpler, guys. The rest is concept. You can jump into concept even later, but using vectors, it's going to be super simple. So definitely do attend this session. And not only that, guys, do definitely attend units, dimensions, and measurements. I'm going to say that 2021 aspirants, you definitely do not want to miss this out, because this is an easy topic, less time consuming topic, and even this is going to be that easy question in your exam, and you definitely get this question in your exam. But even better, there is a reason. If you have noticed all the PYQs, we can solve those PYQs just using dimensional consistency. Okay, so definitely do attend this A to Z sessions on your units, dimensions, and measurements. Guys, let me tell you, this is definitely going to be useful for your JEE preparation. All you have to attend is 4+1 5 sessions, and you will be thorough with units, dimensions, and measurements, students. Unit based problem, dimension analysis, measurement based problem, least count analysis, error analysis, everything has been discussed, guys. And if you have seen the PYQs, they can be solved using dimension analysis. And guys, students, do remember epsilon naught as dimension. Don't miss out. Okay, that will be all discussed in this units, dimensions, and measurements chapter. Okay, you will be deriving the dimensions of important significant quantities. Everything has been covered in this 5 sessions. And the most important thing is, it's an easy question, it's an easy pipe that comes in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So do not miss it out. It's less time consuming also during your exam. And guys, yes, if you are not yet on our Telegram channel, and if you do not have a Telegram app, first of all, do download it from your App Store and Google Play Store, and post that, click on to this link which is available in the description box below. So there is a link in the description box below which you can click on to get onto our Telegram channel, where you would be getting live before time updates on every class conducted by our JEE English team. This includes also the lectures on our Unacademy learning app, guys. So these are like A to Z sessions, whichever I've been talking up until now. A to Z sessions on units, dimensions, and measurements, A to Z sessions on your vectors. These are all conducted on Unacademy learning app. So you will also get notifications on them once you get onto a Telegram channel. Just to click onto this link after downloading the Telegram app, you will be able to join our Telegram channel. And not only that, do download Unacademy learning app if you don't have one, because students, you will be getting live notifications on the classes conducted by the educators. And if you follow me, you will get live notifications on my A to Z session. So do follow me. But before that, what you need to do, if you don't have an Unacademy learning app, just type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store, and the first search result is going to be Unacademy learning app. And then choosing that link, just click on this install button, because guys, definitely one of the must-have apps where you would get live notifications. Start following me to get A to Z sessions, notifications, live notifications. And yes, definitely you want to do that, and you don't want to miss the class timing. And not only that, you can attend classes from anywhere. So do download it. And moreover, we have free of cost quizzes going on Unacademy learning app. So do download it, do not hesitate. And you can also attend Unacademy Combat. And students, a very important announcement: this 13th of December, you can enroll for free for our AIM JEE Advanced 2021, which is like, a test series for your JEE Advanced. So you will be attending a test series, a very similar test series to your JEE Advanced. And this is going to be from 9 AM to 12 PM. And yes, paper 2 is going to be from 2 PM to 5 PM. Very typical, exam pattern of your JEE Advanced. And yes, not only that, these questions are set by the top educators and typically designed for your JEE Advanced preparation. And you'll get free analysis by also our top educators. So do definitely attend it. It's free of course. Any code is required, do apply Murli Live code. That's all you need to do. You can enroll free today. So just to enroll it. And not only that, students, I've told you, once you download Unacademy learning app, you can attend something known as the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever, called Unacademy Combat. And this is happening again. again and again and again. So do attend it, do not miss it out. Enroll today with Murli live code. Enroll today with Murli live code. Yes, not only that, guys, what it is all about, it's about a very competitive kind of gamified version of your JEE quiz or exam, and segregated into 11th class, 12th class and 13th class. There are different competitions going on for 11th class, 12th class and 13th class, which is nothing but droppers or long-term students. So you have dedicated slots, or sorry, dedicated competitions going on for you. So do choose your slots and you can attend them. It will be a very interesting gamified version of everything. Good evening, Lakshman. Good evening, and very warm welcome to this session. Yes, that being said, you can win, guys, MacBook Air, Apple iPad, earpods, hundreds of Amazon voucher by competing it. Yes, if you compete in this Unacademy combat, you're not only going to enjoy the gamified and the competitive version of it, you will also enjoy the rewards that you can win. So do try to win it and do keep us posted about the rewards that you win. It's going to be super interesting gamified competition for you. Definitely do enroll today with Murli live code. Yes, do not forget to apply the code and enroll today itself. Don't wait for it. And guys, that being said, if you are looking for the Champions Tool, the best in class program with the best in class educators for your JEE preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription. And what do we have for you? We have daily live interactive classes with the best educators on a very interactive and attractive platform with polls and leaderboards. Yes, students, we have aggregated all the best educators on one platform that is going to be your Unacademy subscription, where you get to attend daily interactive class with these best educators on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards, where you can learn from your mistakes, you can improve upon your mistakes, you can understand. It's going to be also gamified kind of experience on Unacademy subscription. And not only that, you can also assess your positions using test series, you can assess your mistakes using test series, and we also have test series on Unacademy subscription platform. So this is the kind of complete package for your JEE preparation. But even more, every program on Unacademy subscription platform is a structured and a systematic program. What do you get on Unacademy subscription platform? You get access to like a very structured program with live doubt clearing session. Every fourth session is going to be a live doubt clearing session. So this way you'll have dedicated doubt clearing session where you would not be left with any doubts, and you would have immense clarity in your concepts, guys. You would have immense clarity in your concepts, and also it's definitely going to take you through the smooth journey in a very comfortable manner if you're on Unacademy subscription. That's the amazing thing about Unacademy subscription. Now how do you avail Unacademy subscription? All you need to do is click on the left hand top corner extension bar, choose plus, then choose IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And students, one more interesting thing about Unacademy subscription is it's one subscription, unlimited access throughout the period. All you need to do is avail one subscription and you'll get access to both JEE Mains and JEE Advanced program on Unacademy subscription platform. And for a 24-month program, all you'll be paying is 2,100 per month, which is less than 70 rupees a day. And be sure to apply Murli live code. If you don't apply Murli live code, you'll be missing out discounts. Do apply Murli live code and get the best discount on your subscription purchases. So do apply them and avail the best discount on your subscription purchases. And as you know, 24-month program is not even 70 rupees a day, it's less than 70 rupees a day. Yes, not only that, if you are looking for some convenient payment options for purchasing Unacademy subscription, we have very interesting payment options for you. One is pay in parts, an in-house feature where you do not have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. And we also have access to something known as no cost EMI, where again you do not have to pay any interest on your easy monthly installments. So these are the amazing things about Unacademy subscription, where you have some convenient payment options where you can split your multiple payments into multiple parts and do not have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. we definitely do have access to options like debit card, credit card, and UPI on Unacademy subscription platform. And students, moreover, if you are a long-term or a dropper students, we typically recommend that you go with a 12-month program. So this is for droppers, long-term students, and 12th class students. And what do we have for you? We have dedicated droppers batch going on, individual micro courses going on. This way you will be able to maintain completeness even if before you haven't completed any courses. And you can ramp up the speed of your preparation using those droppers batch and micro courses. Plus that off, we have 7,000 materials for your JEE preparation, 1,000 plus live programs going on, 100 plus live programs being hosted every week, just at a price of only less than 2,900 per month. And we definitely do have legends like DC Pandey sir on this platform, and many more legends, of course, like many authors, famous authors, etc. on this platform. And guys, yes, it's going to cost you less than 2,900, 2,888 only. And of course, we also have author of Disha publications on Unacademy subscription like DC Gupta sir on this platform. So many interesting authors for your JEE preparation on Unacademy subscription platform is what we have. And you can ramp up the speed of your JEE preparation with Unacademy subscription, guys, and at a price of like a very reasonable price. And students, we also have something even little more kind of you can say the kind of like a package or a complete package, little more than a complete package, which is going to be your iconic subscription. Hi Deepak, hi, good evening. And what do you get in this iconic subscription? On iconic subscription, you will get access to personal coaching, workshops, and personal guidance from IITians and NITians who have previously gone through this journey and definitely have cracked this exam. Okay, they are IITians and NITians, so they should have cracked the exam, and they will be able to guide you with the strategies of do's and don'ts during your exam preparation on iconic subscription. So think about it, IITians and NITians giving out the guidelines and giving out like a kind of workshops and everything that you need for your JEE preparation with all the motivational sessions. That is all available on iconic subscription, guys. You have all the features of plus whatever we have discussed until now, plus that of your personal coaching from the best educators and IITians and NITians. And guys, 12-month subscription is only going to cost you 58,500, and a 24-month subscription is going to cost you 90,000. So this is about iconic subscription. You also have your plus subscription, and if you can afford it, iconic subscription is an amazing thing for your JEE preparation. And do apply Muralidharan code to get the best discount on your subscription purchases, be it plus, be it iconic. Yes students, and the price is also pretty reasonable for iconic. This is a price of 2 years. And now our JEE English team is on iconic subscription. Now you can take your JEE preparation to the next level with our personal coaching, guys, with our personal coaching, with our IIT JEE workshops, with our expert guidelines, and you will also have access to study planner and frequent test analysis as on other iconic subscription. With our team, if you want to take it, you can avail it in English and the language of your preference. If Hindi is an issue with your preparation, you can do that now on iconic subscription. And we do definitely have a best team for your JEE preparation with IITians and NITians and head of coaching institutes on our JEE English team. And yes guys, one more thing, you are attending full length lectures for your JEE preparation, full length quality free of cost lectures. So do share it, because someone in need may get access to these lectures. So definitely do share this video on your social media, like hi Cheshwara, hi. Do definitely share it, students, with your friends on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram channel, and click on that subscribe button and like button. Yes Cheshwara, one important announcement for students who regularly follow this session: complete PYQ session. PYQ session has lot of hints for your exams. Honestly speaking, it's not just a regular conceptual session, it involves a lot of techniques. If you have noticed, you can solve the problems within fewer minutes if you understood the tricks. That was my objective of bringing up PYQ session. We have anyway done, like 25 sessions on electrostatics, like complete full-length lectures for your electrostatics is already available for free of cost on your JEE English. You can attend them, you get started attending them. But there is a thing, when it comes to exam, it's not just about those concepts. You can of course apply those 25 lectures concept to solve them, but sometimes some of your problems can take longer than you expect. That is when these kind of sessions come to your rescue, students. You need to know how to exactly approach the questions in your exam. And you can make use of this PYQ sessions to do that. Definitely, Cheshira, do share this video as well. And definitely, students, do share the video. You're watching the video, do share the video and do like the video and click on that bell notification subscribe button to get timely notification. And do not miss out even a single class of PYQ session. And now onwards, we are going to get into 2020, paper-based questions. So do understand, every question there is a hint. Every question there is a hint in the given option. At least when it comes to JEE Mains, there is a hint. And definitely keep track of those hints. Those hints cannot be something where you take down notes, typically. Those hints are something that you need to learn. Those techniques are something that you need to learn. And keep learning. And never stop smiling, keep smiling. And this session is typically one of those examples where I would like to state that don't just work hard but also work smart. Definitely it's not all about hard work. Sometimes it's also about the smart work, students. So do work smart during your JEE preparation, and we have this PYQ session. We'll keep continuing this PYQ session for 2021 aspirants who are soon going to have the exam, so that you understand not only the concepts. We are discussing concepts, so don't worry, concepts or something. If I'm just going to wrap up with the techniques, we can solve the 2020 paper within like 15 minutes, 10 minutes and all. That is how much time it would take just around electrostatics. I mean, I don't mean the entire paper, but just electrostatics, those 15 questions and all, we can wrap it up very quickly. But we are anyway discussing the concepts. Each and every question has a concept involved in it. We're discussing those, but it is also very important, you understand those techniques. So this is one of those typical examples of those sessions which tells you, which kind of directing you. Don't just work hard, work smart. If you are not doing it, other students who are also participating in the exams are doing it. So do work smart, but at the same time do share the video, because someone in need will get access definitely to this full-length quality content with this kind of tricks for the JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. And as you know, like if preparation is incomplete, they would get access to the session and they will be able to understand how to really kill the exam using few steps, not even few steps, like few techniques and few things that you can do in your exam. And keep smiling, avoid any gossips. Definitely your exam is going to happen. And definitely Cheshira, do share it, students. Definitely do share it. Sharing is definitely caring. And Vectors is going to happen on Sunday. Don't miss it out at 10:30 a.m. not p.m. Okay, part 3. Okay, don't miss it out. See you in the next class. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Nice having you in the class, Cheshira. Nice having you, every one of you students, Deepak, Lakshman, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.